Hello and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we're just going to keep working on the fairy journal. I wanted to say hello to everyone and say thank you for joining me. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to returning subscribers. You know, I really appreciate that you choose to spend your time with me. And I know you have like so many options and you choose to spend with me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I felt really bad in the one video because I couldn't remember the name of the new subscriber who had said she looked in my Etsy store, and that was Linda. So Linda, I apologize for not remembering your name. I did go back and look because I felt bad. I should know your names when you interact with me, right? So anyway, thank you, and just thank you very much for everybody who does watch my videos and who gives me feedback, that you take the time to comment, you share your ideas with me. I really appreciate it. Just from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it, and just wanted to say so. So on that note, let's just kind of move forward here. So I want to get her down because I really like her. And there's these little pink flowers. Hopefully that's coming through. See the little pink flowers? And she's pink. So I want to pull this page out and work on just getting her put together. I don't have a plan. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So let's see. I did get a Ranger mystery box in the mail today, so I have some new stuff I have to figure out how to play with. But one of the things is little pink enamel accents, and then also that is in pink gumball. And this is Worn Lipstick Distress Embossing Powder, so I have Worn Lipstick ink and I have Worn Lipstick Distress Powder, so I'm thinking we should do something pink with that for this page. So we'll get there. I don't know yet. It's kind of just my thought process. And then look, this color is moss. I don't know what this is. It's a Ranger product. Adirondack moss. So that must be the brand name. But that could be fun too for some of these pages. But anyway. Okay, moving on. Okay, what do we want to do here? I really have no idea what I want to do. I don't have a plan. So I was thinking, what if we do like a little vellum pocket and make her like a little paper doll in there, maybe? I don't know. So maybe this is not the page yet because I have to think about her. And I'm rambling again, so I apologize. Like I said, I don't really have, these pages need reinforced, I think. I'm afraid they're gonna tear, but we'll do that. Before we get everything sewn in, we're definitely gonna work on some of that and make sure that things are, here, let's work on this one because I have a little note on here and I think it'll be cute. Anyway, so I just want to make sure all the pages are stable and sturdy and not going to be an issue when we are actually using the journal. So my thought was I'm going to cut this fairy out, but I want to back this on some heavier paper because I'm going to have it kind of stick out like a little pull thingy. So let me get this cut out and I'll get it backed on some just some cardstock, and then I will be back. So I've backed her on some cardstock. I'm letting her dry. I cannot fussy cut her until she dries. But so my idea is that she'll just kind of be on there, and maybe we'll put some trim or something. Then she'll open up. I may make her to be a tuck this way, but she'll flip out like this. And then I'm going to make this a pocket, and I have this gardening book, and I'm going to look for some marigold images. And once I find that, then I will be back. Okay, so I got some stuff cut out, and I have some dried marigold that I want to ink, and if that's not a dark enough orange, then I'll use Rusty Hinge, because I think like orange marmalade or the spiced pumpkin are going to be like too orangey, or my other thought was wild honey. So we'll see which one of these works better. I am really self-conscious because hubby's working in the bedroom across the hall and the kid's home right now, and so I'm just like, so if I sound weird or off, I apologize. It's just really hard for me when they're home and I'm trying to film, because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're listening to everything I'm saying. And you know that hubby is super supportive of me doing this, and he's so funny because he was like, just get over it. So I'm trying. Anyway, so what I found in the flower book, that gardening book, is I found this image of marigolds that I think will make a cute little tag. There's this image that I cut out, but I kept the label for it. I didn't want all that white on there. And then this is the description of this particular flower. So what I was thinking I would do is maybe do something like this, or even, no, if I do this, oh, I wanted to back this on this paper because I think that's kind of cool, just to have a pop of color on that page. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And so let's try these inks and see which color makes me happy to use. I don't know. I was trying to do something that would be, I almost stuck that right in the ink. I was trying to do something that would be more complementary to the background page. Oh, I think that's going to be okay because it's just a slight, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of cloudy, and I still haven't brought my lamps up from downstairs like I was going to. So I need to bring those up so that the lighting is better in here. I'm gonna have to let that set and dry because this is a very wet ink pad. I mean, it's great, but it's very wet. So, and this, I just wanted it just for like, just a little detail, like rather than like a whole big label or whatever. I just thought that might be a nice pop on there. The orange is getting lost, but that's okay. And this one, I need to back this one because of how I'm going to use it. So let's close this. I'm going to set this aside for right now. This I need to back. So what did I do with this? And I'm just taking a scrap of cardstock out of my scrap stash. I'm trying to use them. So what I will do is glue this. I'm just gonna use, I don't know if there's potty language on this book, so if there is, I apologize. I have not read the book, I just gutted it. I wanted the cover, because the cover's really pretty. And I actually thought about using it for part of this project, but I don't think I'm going to. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do for the front cover that I want to have flip over, and I have some other ideas for this journal. I have a feeling that my ideas are far more than what the actual capacity of this journal are going to be. So I'm really wanting to make a lap book, but I don't know. I don't believe I have started this particular journal in such a way that it would be, I should do it this way so I don't waste that paper. That I don't think I've done this in a particular way that would make it feasible for this to be a lap book with the way I've done the pages and stuff. I don't know. I just need to go back and watch some, just some reminders, and because I've got an idea in my head, but I don't think it's going to work for this journal. But that's okay because it's not like I don't have a plenty of others that I'm saving and planning for. Oh, success. Hubby's trying to put a window unit or a portable air conditioner unit in our bedroom. It's very, very humid here today. I think it's supposed to start raining after a while. So we definitely need to stencil on the back of this because it's just white and we don't want that. So I need to look at my stencils or even just some stamping just to put some noise on it. I do like this. I think I'm going to cut some of that off the bottom there, and I just need to make sure that we're kind of straight. And I don't like to hand cut stuff because I don't do it straight. But that's okay. It's handmade, right? It's all hand created, so it's bound to have some mistakes. So, funny story, I had responded to Judy and Bernice's comments about the book page pocket that I did, the Atlas pocket. And so I was like, oh, I'll find that butterfly and put that butterfly on that mushroom. Could not find the butterfly. I still have not found the butterfly, but I did clean my green mat here. I got it cleaned off, and I mean, it really took a lot of scrubbing, and I still don't have it all clean, but I'm pretty proud of myself. Look, I got most of the glue off, so I'm excited about that. I used rubbing alcohol and a scraper and got some off, and then I used just water and got some off, and then I'm going to use the cutter for this one. And then I used Dawn dish soap and did it with Dawn to try to cut through what the alcohol and the water wouldn't get. It was really crazy to me how much it actually took effort to try to get what I did get cleaned off. Uh-oh, that's okay. I'm gonna ink it. It's gonna be fine. I cut a little bit much of the black box off, but I can make it match. It's fine. So yeah, never did find the butterfly though. I have no idea. I must have picked it up in papers or something, and it could very well be in the book somewhere. Oh, that's cute. I like it. So let me just go like this. And I'm just gonna round this flower. I'm not gonna like try to fussy cut all the petals. Okay, I think that's gonna be cute. Okay, so there's that. So that is gonna go, and I need to do the back of this. That's not a very clean cut. I should have used my cutter bees. See, I put stuff away and then I have to dig to get them out. Sorry. Anyway, so I have to I think I need to reprint another sheet of those. I don't know if I haven't looked in my ephemera folio to see if I have any more left. But I need to cut some more anyway. I want to, print. I want to print some on some heavier cardstock, just so they have a little more stability to them for some of the things that I like to use them for. But I've had those printed for quite a while, and before I learned about heavier copy paper, so it's all a learning curve, and I was just using what I have, so it's fine. Let's see. All right, so I've gone around that with the dried marigold, and I don't know that that is enough color on this particular piece, so what I'm going to do is go around that one with the rusty hinge. And rather than you watch me ink and glue all this down, I will just come back when I'm done inking and see where we're at. I know, I said I wasn't going to come back until it was completely inked and all glued down, but I just love her. Look at her. So I'll tell you the colors that I did. First, I did the dried marigold, and it wasn't enough of pop color. So I did the rusty hinge, and I really like it, and I went around and took off most of this white space. I was trying to be careful and not actually get on her wing with it. So I went around, and then I thought, man, it's just not outlined enough on the paper itself. So I went around with my ground espresso. And I was like, well, she has more black with all the outlining and everything. So then I went around her with black soot. So 4 different colors to outline her. This is why it takes me 44 hours to finish a project. However, I am super excited with her, and she really comes to life off of that page. So I definitely want to have some trim or something hanging down off of her, and I do think I am going to make this a tuck of some sort, and maybe we'll just put this one in here, and I think we will put that one in there. And also that's that thought. Finish a sentence. Sorry. Ooh, don't lose your little thingy. And then this I'm going to make as a pocket here. I'm going to cut it down so it's not in that fold, and I definitely want to maintain this little fairy. And then, so this will be in here as a pocket. So like this, or as a card. Anyway, so that's where I am with it. So back to inking and gluing, but I was just really excited that this came out as pretty as it did, in my opinion, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and no, I haven't glued and inked everything because I was working on this pocket and I wanted to share with you something. So when you take the books apart, you know, you have your outer edge, but you don't always have a straight edge on the inside where you've taken the book apart, right? So like this appears to be just over 7 5/8, but I know that that number is in the middle of the book, okay? So If you have one of the center rulers from Tim Holtz, great for you. I don't have one. I just typically try to figure it out myself. Sometimes my math works and sometimes it doesn't. Like I went to put a crease in the middle and then I looked at it and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's not middle. That 0 is middle. So what I did was I just picked a number on here and put it at the center of the 0 on the bottom of the page. And then I counted over to this edge. So it is 1, 2, 3 3/4 from the center to here. So now I want to go 1, 2, 3 3/4 this way and make a mark. And so now I know that that is where I want to cut that off, and that should give me the center. I just want it to be even and look right on my page, you know, with my pocket, and not have it all wonky looking. So that was just a little bit of a tip. And then I also need to square up the top because I just cut that with scissors, and so I want to make sure that it's even and it's just barely not. I actually didn't do too bad cutting it, which is unusual. And so but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So now I'm like, okay, now I know that that's the center. Now I can find the width that I want for my actual page. And for this, I probably don't want to go into the actual spine, but I do want to come over. So if I cut this at 6.5, now I know from here, I need that at 3 1/4 to be my middle. And that is just going to save that little fairy. So I'm going to put a dot at 6.5 here and a dot at 0 over here. And that should give me my width and know that my song is still in the center. So I hope that makes sense and helps you if you don't have one of those center rulers and you're like, man, I really want to use this and I need to find the middle. Then that's what is working for me. I mean, you do what works for you, but for me, that's what works and how I'm able to figure it out. So now I know that when I put this down, I have a centered pocket, okay? And I wanted room because I don't want it to bind on this side and don't want it to bind on this side. And I may still embellish a little on the edges, but I know this isn't going to get all caught in my spine when I sew this in or in my fold when I have this, you know, whatever. So, okay. Okay, so I'm all inked and glued and ready to, I'm not glued, I just lied to you. I am not glued, but I'm all inked and ready to start gluing. So hopefully I'm on screen here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my 3-in-1 across the top of my tag. I dug out some green sari and just made a ruffle. And so I'm just gonna put that on the top of the tag there. Is that upside down? Yep, sure is. Oh, make sure you glue the right way. Don't do a Jody. Glue the right way. I could tell by the way it was laying and not the color, but just the way it was laying. Okay, so there's that. And okay, so this one, I have to remember to go through my trims too, because I actually found some pieces that had I have looked through my blingy trims, I honestly would have done a few things differently on this layout, but I mean, too bad, I've already done it, right? But do be mindful like in your colors and stuff. And I thought, oh, I'm not gonna pull colors out of that because there's so many different colors. I'll just dig through it like when I need a piece of trim. And yeah, I did it after the fact because it really would have played a part in my layout if I had looked before I started doing it. But that's okay. I mean, I'm happy with this. I'm not disappointed in this. But when I did see a couple of the pieces, I was like, oh man, I would have used that and I would have used that. So just a little tidbit of advice. Just be mindful of what you have in your stuff and use it. Don't hoard it like me. There's another don't be a Jody moment for you. Trying not to though. Like I'm using the sari silk and I'm using some things that, you know, I'm using Edith Holden pages and I'm, you know, using the fairies. So I don't feel like I'm doing too bad as in the realm of just holding on to everything I love because I don't want to use it. because the whole point of doing this and creating is to do what makes your heart happy. So why wouldn't we use the things that we love versus just holding on to them? And then for what purpose? You know, like, what good does that do just to hold on to things when you could give it life by using it, and then it makes you happy because you did, you know? All right, I'll stop preaching, but that's just kind of my thoughts in this process and things I've been thinking about while looking for things to use on this page. So it's nice to work with the things you love, because it really does bring so much more joy to the project. And you know, it's hard. You guys know I have a hard time when I'm working on something I don't love. It makes it really difficult for me. So anyway, so that's down. So that's going to need a minute to dry. So this is what I have. That's down a little lower than I had intended, but I can't really move it too much. I don't want to damage it. It'll be okay. One thing I didn't do, I was going to stencil some orange on the back here just to give it some interest. I need to ink up my little dauber. So I'm not worried about it being perfect or in everywhere. I'm just doing it just to add a little bit of color, a little bit of interest to the back of the journaling card. There, just a little bit around the edges. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. All right, so this is gonna go in here. So it's just gonna kind of peek. It's kind of playing peekaboo with us. And then, so we have our little marigold girl, and I gotta clean that glue off there. It moved on me. Anyway, so we have our little ticket, and I stenciled the back of that. So that's gonna pop in there. And I think on this page, I'm gonna take like a piece of coffee dyed paper and put something else, because that's really too small for that space, but we'll put something else in there. So this opens, and then so we've got space here, and then I stenciled the back of that where it's poking out. We have our song, and I was gonna put some bling or trim or something here. I just haven't found something that I like to put there, but I can always come back and add, because I thought, oh, it would be kind of fun if something were peeking out right there. And but I don't know what, like I got even just a little piece of trim there would be kind of cute, but I don't want to overwhelm it with something too heavy. So maybe when I'm doing my die cuts or looking through my die cuts, or maybe we'll just find something that is appropriate to go there. So, you know, we can add to it later. But anyway, so that's that page, and now it can go back into the journal. Let's move a few things here. I did clean up. I told you guys I cleaned up, but you know, I'm making a mess again because I'm back to creating a page. But it happens, and that's okay. Hubby was like, I thought you cleaned up your room. That was this morning before I cleaned up again, and I was like, I did, but oh, goodness. All right, so that's gonna go in there. So we have a page that's almost done. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for joining me. And the next video, we're just going to continue to work on it. I'm not going to film everything as I work on this, because I just think that would be too much. And for me, I need to not worry so much about filming all the time, just so I can allow myself to fuss and play and you know, dig into things and make a mess. But I like how the green ties into her, and the rust pulls from her and the marigolds back there. So I'm really happy with this page. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.